It was never intended to be what it has become, which is a world-famous pottery. My father, at the age of nearly 50, started making pottery. He had been going through a difficult phase of his life. He woke up one morning and said to my mother, you know, I've had a dream. And she said, yes, I know what it is. You're going to go down to Youghal and you're going to find this old man in a pub and he's going to teach you to make pottery. And my father went down to Youghal and found the old man whose family had been in the pottery business for about 200 years in Youghal. At this point, the man was about 80 and just coming to the end of his pottering days. He showed my father how to make the basis of pottery. The family aspect of the production is very important to me. You know, there's somebody who's been with us nearly 50 years. There are people who've been here 30 years, 20 years. If you added up the total years, it would be terrifying. Each piece of pottery that we make here has got the loving care of the whole team that's involved. It really is a statement of human endeavor and love. And it's not just pottery, it's not just items and objects. A huge effort, sensitivity and caring has gone into each piece of it. I love and very deeply respect tradition, but I never copy or feel enslaved by it. So I've got one foot in being totally modern, avant-garde, and the other in really respecting the way things have been done and the use of hands. In modern Europe, we're being pushed more and more to get machines to do the heavy side of the work, and trying to keep the sort of soul and spirit that I so much love in pottery is getting harder, but it's an exciting challenge. It's a beautiful clay to throw this. It takes a huge amount of strength and skill just to get it in the center. That's really rather like riding a bicycle. When you start making pots, for a long time you can't get it in the center, and suddenly, like when you're riding a bicycle, the eye, the brain and the hand all get it together and you can't not do it. You put a bit of clay on it, it's in the center. Then they're put in what we call the bisque kiln, which is the first firing. It takes them up to 1,000 degrees. If they go too hot, they just get to a point where the glaze won't be absorbed and will fall off. If they're too soft, there are minute particles of lime in the clay when it's finished, and they will just explode and leave holes in the kiln. The second firing goes to nearly 1,100 degrees centigrade. The glaze is expanding and contracting at a different rate than the clay, and it sets up a tension. You put pots into a kiln and they have this sort of chalky, matte white color, and then they come out and they're suddenly glossed. It's kind of like, it's a bit like when a baby's head starts to push out of its mother. It's just, wow, you know, I knew you were in there, but now I can see what you're really like. Everything I do is immediately both totally traditional and very modern. People think of traditional Irish pottery as being earthenware, but the minute you put the splash on, it suddenly has a modern, international look to it. It's extraordinary that two ranges that are in some way are so similar actually evoke quite different emotions. It's a very personal thing. The whole point and the way we've designed the range is I've designed a number of items, and it's up to you to put them together to suit your personality and your mood at the time. In the world we're in, everything is getting depersonalized, and to me, that doesn't work for human beings. Human beings are sensitive creatures, and we like to feel part of something. And when you pick up and begin to use one of my pots, it becomes your pot. It kind of passes to you, and suddenly you're no longer using a Stephen Pearce pot, you're using a you pot.